Have you heard of a 16-year-old who was able to build his own company, or a 22-year-old guy who is now on his way to becoming vice president of a particular corporation? It's so easy to look up to them and be envious. And it's true. There's something about their character that made them reach that particular milestone at an early stage. But it also gives so much pressure to the rest of us, right? I personally get always asked the question, why don't you work for a bigger company? Why don't you start your own company or business? I'll share with you something. I actually did. About 7 years ago, I opened up my own business or company, if you might call it. It's a car wash and repair shop, which I built actually for my father. And long story short, it failed. But even if it failed, I gained something that I think no amount of salary can give. It gave me wisdom and humility. And part of that wisdom is learning that it's not the one who has the best presentation skills, the best Photoshop skills, the best communication skills, the best grooming skills who deserves to be CEO. It's the person who has the biggest capacity for sacrifice. A lot of young people want to be CEO. A lot of young people want to be promoted manager or vice president or supervisor right away. Because it's true, it's cool to introduce yourself as a president when you attend social gatherings. It's cool to put founder and president on your Facebook profile, but it's not cool when you go back to the office and scratch your head thinking about how you can fill up the upcoming payroll accounts. And it's not cool to have to fire an employee because of a misconduct, especially when you know that that employee has a wife who is just about to give birth. It's not cool when you have to stop receiving your personal salary so that you can keep the company afloat and keep paying your people because they need it more, even if you also need it. When we're holding an entry level position, it's so easy to envy the president who has a lot of perks, who has a driver and a car, but we don't see the trade behind it. What I realized is this: when you're an employee, you work for projects. When you're a president, when you're a leader, you work for the people. And that, my friends, is 100 times harder. Let me know in the comments if you can relate. It takes a true, selfless, and mature and humble person to be a leader. A lot of people think that founders and presidents own their companies. I think it's the other way around. Companies own their presidents. Companies own their founders. Gary Vaynerchuk said, everything in business stems from the top. Whether you're the boss of 2 people or 2,000 people, everything that happens in the company is 100% the CEO's fault. Even if it's the fault of one of your managers, ultimately it's still your fault. Because you're the one who hired that manager. You're the one who kept that manager and didn't fire that manager the first time that manager showed signs of compromise. You're the one who trained that manager or sent that manager to a particular training where he learned that skill or didn't learn that skill. You're the person who gave that manager the tools and the team. Ultimately, it always goes back to you because you are the leader. So, if you're dreaming of becoming a boss, of being promoted, of being the founder or CEO of a company, ask not if you have better presentation skills than your peers, not if you can create better posters, not if you can create and analyze reports faster, not if you know how to use a particular software that no other person in your company can. Ask this: are you willing to lose yourself in the service of your people? When you are, don't worry. You don't have to sign up for it. It will come to you. And when it comes, have faith. Learn to pray harder because you're gonna need it more. And I pray for all the best for you.